Hello, Pastor David here, and we are working through the book of Psalms. Today we're on Psalms 7, and the title is Finding Refuge in the Midst of Slander. And before we dive into these verses, we have to understand the why behind this psalm. The superscription tells us that it's a shiggaion, and I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but that's a passionate, emotional song. Passionate, emotional, and it's concerning Cush, who is a Benjamite. That's the background. And while the Bible doesn't really give us a specific biography on Cush, we know he's from the tribe of Benjamin and the same tribe as King Saul. So that puts some context. This suggests the setting is likely during the period when David was being hunted by Saul. So Cush is likely a courier or a relative of Saul that was going back and forth and then spreading these poisonous lies about David, accusing him of treason, trying to kill the king, all that stuff. So that's the background for David's writing. So here's what he says. "O Lord, my God, in you do I take refuge. Save me from all my pursuers and deliver me, lest like a lion they tear my soul apart." So there's a personal declaration. My God, in the face of a lion, a predator, ferocity coming after him, his enemies, David doesn't look to his own military prowess. He flees to the character of God, says, "My God, my fortress, you are where I am running. Oh Lord, my God, if I have done this, if there's wrong in my hands, let the enemy pursue my soul and overtake it." This is a prayer of examination. David isn't claiming to be sinless in a general sense. He is claiming innocence regarding these specific charges that are being made by Cush. And he essentially says, Lord, if I'm guilty of what they're saying, let me fall. Let me fall. If I'm guilty, all right, but I'm not. And so in verse 6, he says, "Arise, O Lord, in your anger. Lift yourself up against the fury of my enemies. Let the evil of the wicked come to an end, and may you establish the righteous. You who test the minds and hearts, O righteous God." So David shifts from his personal situation to a cosmic courtroom. He asks God, take the seat as the judge. Note verse 9. God is the one who tests the minds and hearts. He knows what's inside. Humans can judge and look at outward evidence. That's not how it works with God. We always want evidence, evidence, evidence. It's not how it works with God. God can go right inside to the heart and the mind of why we're doing what we're doing. God looks at the motive, the heart, what's leading you and guiding you. And so he says, go in and test the heart, mine and theirs. Verse 10, "My shield is with God, who saves the upright in heart." God is a righteous judge and a God who feels indignation every day. Now, here we see the dual nature of God's justice. To the victim, he is a shield. To the unrepented oppressor, he is a warrior sharpening his sword. And David reminds us that God isn't indifferent to evil. He feels anger toward it daily. He will respond. Verse 14, "Behold, the wicked man conceived evil and is pregnant with mischief. He makes a pit, digging it out, and falls into the hole that he has made." Now, David describes the boomerang effect of sin that we see over and over in the Bible. The very person that is trying to cause evil, the very pit Cush dug for David, will become his own grave. It's such a common biblical theme. Evil eventually consumes itself. The story of Esther, great example. You just see it over and over where evil consumes itself. In verse 17, it says, "I will give to the Lord the thanks due to his righteousness, and I will sing praise to the name of the Lord, the Most High." The psalm ends not with the enemy's defeat, which hasn't happened yet, but with praise. David's peace comes from knowing God's name. Yahweh Elion, the Lord Most High. The thread running through Psalm 7 is that man proposes, but God disposes. While the wicked conceive evil plans, God is the ultimate arbiter who protects the upright in heart and ensures that injustice eventually will trip over its own feet. What do we do with this information? When slandered happens, go upward, not outward. When people speak ill of you, your instinct is to defend yourself to everyone who will listen. We're told we're supposed to respond, nip it in the bud. But David's first move was to take it to God. Second, integrity is your best defense. David invited God, search me, search my hands, go into the heart and mind. Live in such a way that those who accuse you of evil, their lies cannot stick because God can see deeper. And then the third thing we take away from Psalm 7 is trust the timing of justice. We often want God to strike immediately. David shows us while the enemy is digging the pit, and the digging of the pit can take a long time, we can remain at peace because the hole they are digging is the very hole they're going to fall in. What a great psalm. What a great psalm that we must remember when we are being slandered. And it happens, especially if you're in any kind of leadership trying to do the work of the Lord. It happens. So be patient. Thank you for watching. Share this with someone who you think might need it. You could be a blessing just in sharing it. Take a moment to subscribe and like, and then, in the comments, let us know how it moved you in something you're working through right now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.